Dear learners, I once again welcome you in my course of Educational Administration. Today's title of today's lecture is Principal's Relationship with Staff. I am Dr. Mohammed Shakir, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Education of Aligarh Muslim University, Aligarh. First of all, these are the objectives of the lesson. After completion of the lesson, learners will be able to explain the meaning and importance of healthy relationship between principal and staff. Learners will be able to describe how trust, communication and cooperation improve school functioning. Learners will be able to demonstrate suitable ways of building supportive relations with teachers and staff members. Learners will be able to differentiate between positive and negative behaviors that affect principal and staff relations. Learners will be able to assess the value of strong principal-staff relationship for school climate, teacher morale and student success. Learners, as you have already seen, we are studying the principal's relations with staff. Principal's relations with staff means principal's relations with supporting staff, that is non-teaching staff, as well as principal's relations with teachers, staff members, colleague. So in it, let us try to see that what is the principal in the school. Principal is, as we know, is the central, principal plays a central role in the functioning of our school system. Many research studies have shown that the principal and teachers positive relationships are characterized by trust, support, effective leadership, and it is very much critical for school improvement. According to Lithwood et al. 2004 and Portin et al. And Louis Lithwood et al. And many other researchers, the relationship between the teacher and the principal of a school is very critical, very important, extremely important in high performing schools. Now similarly, we have seen that in high performing schools, principals good relations with the staff members are playing very important role. Likewise, when the relations are not good, when the relations are not as strong, when the relations are not as good as they should be, then the school will be low performing school. And again there are researches which are actually clearing this thing that low performing schools often exhibit weaker level of trust and collaboration between teachers and principals, which can actually reduce teacher motivation, engagement and collective efficacy. There are researches we can see here that these researches are proving or confirming the fact that positive relationship, good and positive strong relationships are very important for making the school a successful institution. Direction of a school takes, whether it is successful or whether it is not successful, it depends largely on the competence and vision of the principal. Now, principal is, as we have seen, is the most important figure in the institution. He is considered as the head and heart of the school because the personality and professionalism of a school are often the reflection of its principal. The principal works as a coordinating force. This is the importance of principal, that he works as a coordinating force that harmoniously develops the entire school. He is the coordinating force. There are teachers in the school, there are non-teaching staff in the school, there are students in the school, and he is actually coordinating all. In fact, this is principal, suppose. So he is coordinating between teachers, among teachers, then there will be supporting staff, and students. So he is actually coordinating force. That is why principal is known as coordinator. He is coordinating the students, he is coordinating the supporting staff, not teaching staff. He is coordinating the teachers as well as community. He is also coordinating with the society. So, principal, that is why the principal is considered as both the head and heart. This is the importance of head and heart. This is the importance of the principal. He is the coordinating force, and principal establishes the tone of the school, and he is the primary influence in establishing traditions that are developed over times. As many commissions have said, like Second Education Commission 1952 to 53 has rightly observed that the reputation of the school and its standing in society largely depends on the influence of the headmaster over colleagues, students and parents and the public. Thus, as is the principal, so is the school saying is correct. One of the most important aspects of the principal's role is the relationship between the principal and the teaching staff. This is very important. In fact, this factor is essential in developing a conducive and very productive teaching learning environment in the institution. When principal and teachers share a positive relationship, it creates very supportive, very productive teaching learning environment. When teachers in the school feel appreciated, they feel respected, they feel supported, especially by their principals, their confidence and job satisfaction is high. This motivates them to work better, which is ultimately responsible for the overall performance and success of the school. See how relations of principal with the staff members, good relations are very much necessary. Now, good relationship between the principal and the teaching staff are very necessary, and they significantly influence in boosting teacher satisfaction and morale. Hence, the success of the school in general is very much related to the positive relationship and the good relationship of principals with the teaching staff. Principals who develop a strong relationship with their teaching staff make their teachers feel appreciated, valued, hence they are motivated to deliver whatever their responsibilities are there, whatever their duties are there, to the best of their capabilities. They will even try hard, they will put in extra efforts. Good school leadership is based on trust and achieved through honest, transparent and open communication. The principal should be approachable, supportive in order to motivate teamwork and make the teaching staff feel comfortable discussing matters related to the school. If the teaching staff feel that their views and opinions are valued, they are taken care of, they are encouraged, they will be willingly expressing themselves and they will be coming up with the innovative ways of teaching and learning, innovative ways of administration. There will be many things which will come from the teacher side, because they know that the principal is ready to listen them. Principal is open and they can approach anytime, and therefore they will readily available, they will be available and they will be going to the principal, they will be approaching the principal with the new ideas, innovative ideas, creative solutions. This is also very important. The relationship between principal and teachers plays a very important role in how well our schools are functioning. Whether we are able to achieve the targets or not, they actually depend on the relationship between the principal and its staff. Now you will come to know about the learners, you will come to know about the importance of this relationship in the coming lecture. In the coming lecture, I will try to make this thing clear, that how important is the relationship of principal with the teacher. A school requires, teamwork, it requires cooperation, it requires mutual understanding among everyone involved, especially the teachers as well as the teachers and the principal. So when both of them are working together, see, they should be on the common page. I am not saying that there cannot be any conflict. There can be conflicts. When there are two people, there may be conflicts. When there are two people, there will be three opinion, no issue, no problem. But the conflict should be manageable. When they sit together on a table, that conflict should be manageable. When both of them work together in a very cooperative, in a very positive way, it becomes easier to create good learning environment for students. Principal, teachers understanding and cooperation actually ensure that the whole school is running smoothly, successfully. They can plan better, solve problems easier and faster way, and they can support students more effectively. However, if there is a lack of understanding, if there is a lack of cooperation between teacher and the principal, then it can create confusion, it can create unnecessary stress, it can create even students learning, it can affect the students learning adversely, negatively. So this is one of the most important parts of this relationship is trust. Nowadays you must have realized, learners, we are actually trust deficit is there. Trust deficit is there even between two friends. If trust deficit is there, definitely there will be problem. Trust deficit is something which is very important to look into, because trust means believing in each other's intentions and actions. When teachers trust the principal, trust the boss, trust the administrator, they are comfortable in sharing their ideas, in sharing their problems, concerns, and in also suggesting something to the principal or their head. Similarly, when the principal is trusting the teachers, teachers can rely on them to do their work. The principal can rely on teachers and teachers can rely the principal. And according to one of the research is there, according to Moe, Henkin and Egley, 2005, trust leads to better functioning of the school. I have tried that some researches also should also be there just to corroborate what I am saying, although these things are available already. In my own way, we are discussing things, learners, before you. These things are available. I am not saying anything new. In fact, I am reiterating the point which has already, I mean, they are available. Researches are available on websites, in good books, in this thesis form. These researches are available. So I am not saying anything which is totally new, but in my own way, we are trying to understand that yes, trust is also very, very important, and trust is a factor which can make things easier in school administration. If principal is trusting, trust between the principal and the teacher, trust between teachers and supporting staff, teachers and the staff members, trust among teachers, trust among non-teaching staff, supporting staff, that will improve the communication, thereby increasing the productivity of the teachers, non-teaching staff, supporting staff of the institution. Clear communication, it is said that clear communication creates a positive environment where everyone feels valued. It also encourages the teachers to take part in the decision making process, and in fact this which can make them feel more involved, more confident and more motivated, and they can give their best work. Individual concern such as treating teachers with respect and fairness, with justice, being approachable, being open, being accessible, providing support and encouragement, and offering the guidance and direction as and when there is need. This one-to-one relationships are found to be important for fostering the positive school learning culture and teacher support for the principal's vision. This implies that a principal shows individual concern by treating each teacher with respect and dignity. Each and every teacher is important. It is not like that teacher, just principal is thinking about the whole group. No, as a whole you have to think, but in parts you have to think here in the administration. If you have to develop good relations in the parts, when we are saying in the parts learners, it means every teacher is important. You have to look to Mr. A, you have to look to talk to Mr. B, you have to talk to Mr. C, D, E, F and so forth. Because if you are not treating them equally, if you are not talking to them, cannot ensure that you are treating them equally or not. Their individual concerns are very, very important. Individual talk, one-to-one talk is very, very important. Principal should have to talk to each and every teacher. It is not one representative is coming and you are talking to him. No, it is not like that. A good principal is approachable and actively listens to the teacher's concerns and ideas. This is necessary for developing good positive relationship, a strong relationship. And principal encourages open and clear communication with the staff members so that the staff members are encouraging their views without any kind of fear. And this is why this individual concern is also very important. Uh, there is a research of Demusky. Uh, he says that uh, this research says that problems arise when principals focus only on students' results and when they do not support teachers in achieving those results. This is a very critical situation when principals are focusing on the results, students' results, but they are not focusing on those who are doing everything possible to achieve that result. In a school where principal neglect the concern of the teacher, just expecting that result should come from the student side, a student should show result, it is actually creating pressure on teacher. Teachers must feel supported, and when you are not paying attention toward them, they may feel unsupported, and which can decrease their motivation, which can decrease their confidence and self-esteem. So not only teachers will be affected, student will also be affected when you are not paying attention towards the teachers need, what teachers are feeling, what teachers are thinking, what teachers are what is the opinion of teachers. So this is very, very important in fact. So instead of feeling encouraged, they may start feeling stressed if you are not paying attention toward the teacher's need also. They may feel undervalued, which can weaken the relationship, your relationship, which is very, very necessary for effective institutions, wonderful institutions, good institutions, successful institutions. So this is very, very necessary and very, very important. So this teachers, you know that it's very important thing to remember that principal is also a person, principal is also a human being. that being the central figure, being the important figure, being the main figure in the school, principal is the most busy person, in fact busiest person in the school. So a challenging and ongoing job like this is not easy. This job principalship is not easy. It is vital and it is very important for the principal to add something to in his uh, daily activity, so that he can also manage his stress or her stress. Here are some of the ideas which can assist here. For the principal, there are some ideas which we will discuss learners, so that principal can manage his stress or manage her stress, and principal can revitalize himself or herself. And these are the practices which we will discuss in the coming lecture, that which are very very important. First one is providing a support system. It's very important. Providing a support system is important for school principals. That sometimes principal's role is very lonely, because uh, it is sometimes becoming difficult. He has to connect to people or other principals or school leaders or teachers. Sometimes he should have a close circle also, support system also, because the moment he is under stress, he can talk to people, he can talk to fellow principals in the other principals of the areas. Maybe there is a there is one school, suppose in Aligarh, in at one place there will be many schools, so he can talk to him or her regarding the what is going on in the other schools, so that he can copy those practices, he can implement those practices in his or her school also. He can online these days. Now he can take the benefit of online meetings, online groups. He can learn from people whose work you can learn from the people whose work you admire, and do not hesitate in taking help and sharing and asking sharing your opinions or taking help or advice from others. No problem. If you talk to others, what will happen that you can reduce your stress. This is very important. So support system is very much necessary. If you want that you being human, you being a person who is under stress because of the principalship load, how can you reduce your tension stress, how can you manage your stress? So these some strategies are very very important. Reading, it's very important, making reading a priority. I think this fresh look we are having right now, sometimes it is ignored. Reading is very very important. What happens when you read? You get new ideas, fresh ways of thinking. It is often neglected. People do not read. Reading is essential for personal professional growth, because what happens if you keep reading, I'm talking about principals. If the principals keep reading, they may update their knowledge. They may know about the new teaching methods, they may know about the best school practices, what is happening, from where knowledge will come. It is not automatically knowledge will come, rather the knowledge will come through reading, maybe online books or offline books. Reading good books, good journals of your area, of school administration or educational administration, of leadership, good leadership skills you can learn through this book. You can update yourself. So actually it helps in managing meaningful discussions also with your teaching and non-teaching staff, because you are knowledgeable. Teachers will learn, teachers will like you, they will like your company also, they will get something when they are sitting in your company. And whenever they are discussing with you, they will feel, yes, you are not the principal because of the appointment, you are the principal because of the knowledge also, because you are more knowledgeable, and the more you read, the more you learn. So it is very very important, and make it a habit to at least read, at least for a few minutes. This will be refreshing your mind, and this will be improving the leadership skills. This is very very important. Maintaining healthy habits are also some of the important is also one of the important strategies. That is, it is very much necessary for a school principalship. That is, work responsibilities may affect your personal life. So constant busy schedule can also make you unhealthy. So it is very very important that you should not ignore your physical health, because physical health is all directly related to mental health. So go for regular exercise, eat properly, get enough rest, sleep maybe for 7 or 8 hours, whatever is suiting to you. Go for some exercise, as we have seen. So don't even if your routine is very busy, adjust your schedule, adjust your routine, but do not forget these things are very very important. You have to maintain the balance between work life as well as personal life, otherwise there will be problems and you will not be healthy. Focusing on positivity, yes, your job is such where complaints, problems, criticism daily is coming in your way. Sometimes you feel overwhelming, stressful. What is this? In which job I am? Don't worry. You focus on the positive side of the situation. See, you focus on this thing that you have been given the opportunity by the Almighty to solve the problems. You are at the helm. You have upper hand. So understand that complaints often come from desire for improvement. So avoid taking negative feedback personally, as it may lead to taking wrong decisions. Reflect on good things that happened during the day and practice gratitude, remembering that you are what you are thankful. Stay calm, and especially in these stressful situations, take proper breaks between the work, and this will improve your mental health. And you it will actually help you enabling and handling challenges in a very calm and composed way, and in a very balanced way. Managing stress, yes, through mindfulness. Yes, you have to manage your stress through mindfulness also. I mean, pause for a moment when you are when you are feeling stressed. Instead of reacting immediately, doing something unintended, take out deep breaths to calm your mind, relax your body. Be aware of your emotions and manage them accordingly. Mindfulness helps you to remain relaxed, calm, and composed, and think clearly, think rationally, especially in the difficult situation. So, managing stress through mindfulness is also one of the important strategies, in fact, which can make you a good principal, or through with the help of which you can manage your stress and you can do your job in a better. Setting clear boundaries, yes, this is very important. Everybody will come to you, talk to you. Okay, you have to fix school hours. That is, suppose if your job is 8 to 4 p.m, then you can ask people to come on that time. I am not saying that after that time, if some emergency has come, you will say no, I cannot come. You be principal is, if sometimes emergency is there, you can be contacted by your subordinates at some unusual time also, no problem. But try you should have boundaries. Without boundaries, this can lead to burnout and emotional fatigue. you know so learn to say no also, learn to say later on also, when necessary, when it is necessary to protect your time for important work. Sometimes some staff members has entered in your chamber just for gossip purpose. Avoid. Say that you are doing some important work. Say that you are busy. No problem. Learn to say no. Very politely you can say that you can assign some work to that person who is coming to meet you. This way what will happen, that person will not come for gossiping, only he will come for some work. You should ensure that personal life is not completely taken over by the work. Personal life is also very, very important. Work life balance is equally important. So having boundaries is very, creating balance in life, as we have seen. Yes, unexpected situation may disturb our routine. That's normal, sometimes it happens. The key here is that restoring the balance after such situations. So it is very important to understand that rest is equally important. So try to have balance. A balanced life keeps you energetic, positive, and efficient as a principal. Sharing responsibilities, yes, is essential for effective school leadership. A principal has many duties, many responsibilities. Handling everything alone can lead to stressful life. Exertion may be there. You may be tired. You may be burnout. The leadership is not about doing all the work, but managing people, taking work from people, trusting people. So this is principal's job, is to actually distribute the responsibilities. Definitely, when you will distribute the responsibilities, some power should also be delegated. What will happen, your work will be light, your work will be easier. Everybody will like you because you are not keeping all the powers in your hand. Rather, you are distributing, you are trusting them. This will actually develop the good relationship, strong relationship between principal and the teachers and the non-teaching staff also. But tasks should be assigned based on individuals in strength and skills, not because you are assigning somebody some in charge because that person is in your good book. No, according to his capability, his abilities, you should assign the work. So delegating responsibility actually reduce the principal's workload. You can concentrate on some important tasks, some important work. You can concentrate, you can plan policies, and it will help staff members feel valued, respected, responsible. They will become more confident, and this will definitely build teamwork and positive school environment. Now, building team ownership. Yes, building team ownership is important role of a school principal. And this strategy is also very, very important. All alone you can't do anything. Teachers can grow, develop professionally. Delegation, what happens when you believe your team, when you trust your team? Delegation actually strengthens the trust between the principal and staff member. When the responsibility is shared, school works better as a team. So team ownership and team development is also very, very important. Therefore, you should trust your team. Practicing self-reflection. Yes, practicing self-reflection is important for school principals. Self-reflection means you should think about what went well, what did not, where things went wrong and where things were right. Because thinking what can I do differently in the next attempt, next time, helps you in improving that thing in future. Learning from both the success as well as from failures is very, very necessary. Here reflection is very important. Self reflection is very important. So it may be possible, it may be like you may be writing in a journal, you may be thinking quietly sitting in your chamber, you may be thinking about what has happened, what were the reasons for failure, and now in future you are learning from those failures and you are not repeating the failure, rather you are becoming successful. Self reflection is important. Becoming more self aware, again this is related to self reflection. This is very important quality of a school principal, in fact, and this will help you actually in developing good relations with your colleague. It allows actually principals to notice how their actions and leadership style influencing others and what can be done to make it better. So self-awareness actually lead to empathetic, fair and effective leadership. Okay, you know that your actions, how your actions are affecting your colleague. If you know this, definitely you can take corrective measures if things are not as per the, or if things are not correct. Developing emotional intelligence. Developing emotional intelligence is also very important for school principals. Principals deal with many people, many in and many situations are there every day which can be stressful, emotional. So emotional intelligence means understanding and managing your own emotions as well as understanding the feelings and emotions of others. Try to stay calm, especially in difficult situations. Try to be try to control the situations, manage the situation, especially when you feel angry, frustrated and disappointed. So make sure that you understand how others are feeling before responding. It helps in positive school environment. Improving relationships through understanding. Yes, emotional intelligence helps in improving relationships in school. Strong relationships are built through understanding and empathy. Teachers feel respected, in fact. Students feel safe. Students feel supported. Students feel valued, respected. And when they are listened properly, teachers are listened properly, they feel that they are valued, and then what will happen? They will be more committed, more dedicated. Parents will develop trust when situations are handled calmly and fairly and very nicely. Then parents will trust the school principal. Conflicts can be resolved very easily without any tension, anxiety. Conflicts can be resolved. So this is, understanding is very, very important. Understanding emotions is very, very important. This is very, emotional awareness is necessary. Emotional awareness helps a principal in connecting people, in connecting with people in a better way. Yes, some hobbies, no problem. If you are a principal, very busy person, still you can have certain hobby, some hobby. So take some time out from your busy schedule and you can participate in your hobbies. Like you can be liking, you can like music, painting, gardening, reading, sports, anything. You have to spend time. What will happen? Hobbies will reduce stress and improve the overall well-being. Refreshing your mind continuously, you should refresh your mind, because what will happen when you refresh your mind through different activities? It will reduce tiredness and it will increase motivation. And take regular break also. It will improve your mental health, it will improve your mental freshness, and it will improve your concentration. This is very, very important. Any hobby. Staying connected with your family members, this is also very, very important, because if you are not connected with your family members, especially, family play a very important role. Make sure that you spend time, quality time with your family members regularly. Give time to your children. If you have children, play with them. When you play with them, you will forget all the worries. These I am saying, my dear learners, through my own personal experiences. When you play with your children, you become child, and you will forget all the conflicts, all the problems, all the stresses of life. This is very important. Share your thoughts with the children. Listen their thoughts also. take their opinion, what they are saying. I mean, sometimes children can give you some solution also. So strong family connections are very important for in managing the stressful life or stress in the our life. Maintaining social relationships, yes, social relationships are very important. Social bonding is very important. Social connections are very important. Stay in touch with your family, with your friends through, maybe you may not be able to meet them regularly, so try to connect with them on phone. Nowadays you can make video calls also. So with the what will happen, you can share your experience, they can share their experience, and converse with them, talk to them regularly. This social interaction will lighten your stress again and will improve your mood, and you will be able to develop good relations between you, between you and your staff members. Creating Managing time smartly, yes, managing time smartly is important for school principals. Principals handle many tasks at the same time, they are administering, they are managing things, they are sometimes taking class also in order to know firsthand what is happening in the school. Without proper planning, work can feel confusing, stressful, and person may feel overwhelmed. So start the day with clear plan of tasks, what is to be completed. Now use tools like diary may be there, planner may be there, nowadays mobile calendars are there to organize the time, to manage the time. Divide task into categories, that is more urgent task, that is urgent task, and that is less urgent task. Focus first on the most important, most urgent task, avoiding trying to do everything at once. This can create confusion also. So this is very important in managing stress also. Setting priorities, this is very important, that not setting priorities important for a school principal. Not all tasks have the same level of importance. A principal can say no later if required, some non urgent task has come, you can say no also. Clear priorities should be there. You should set your priorities, that this is most important, this work should be done first, this work should be done second, this work should be done next. This is very important. Celebrating small wins, yes, this can also improve the relations between staff members and the principal. Even if small wins are there, principals often focus on big achievements, it has been seen, observed, like examination results in the at the end of the year, or major events. No, small success, small wins are very important. Notice small improvements such as better student behavior, small any successful classroom activity. Acknowledge the teachers, appreciate the teacher for the good work. What will happen? A small celebrations will help you in maintaining motivation, in motivating them, and this will be very necessary for developing the good relationship also. Continuing to learn, continuous learning is important. Regularly update yourself. You are a principal, you are the boss. Don't consider yourself the boss. Consider yourself as a person who can also learn continuously. Learning doesn't stop. After becoming a principal, it becomes more important, because you should regularly attend workshops, seminars, training programs, so that you may remain updated. Continuous learning keeps you updated with new practices, and it will make you a very confident leader also. Creating a positive school environment, yes, important for the school principal. A positive environment makes everyone feel comfortable, motivated, encourage teamwork among teachers, promoting respect and understanding among staff members and students. Support teachers, especially when they face problems, challenges in the life. What will happen again? A positive school environment will improve the collaboration and the overall performance of the school. I think this is your home assignment. Now learners explain the importance of healthy relationship between the principal and the school staff, and discuss how mutual trust, cooperation and communication and respect between the principal and the teachers contribute to effective school functioning and school students development. Some suggested readings are there, links are there, you can go and you can read some books, good books you can read on this topic. Thank you very much for listening me very patiently. Thank you, learners.